everyone, welcome back to my channel, Jamaica Roots TV. Hope you're all doing well today. Thanks for liking the video and thank you for subscribing as well. So we're going to be looking at Predial larceny. So that is the stealing of crops. You know, your crops produce your animals, and also it is now expanded to fisheries. So the other day I saw one man losing a whole heap of his crabs. Like 90% of his crabs were stolen. I didn't know that people would go after crabs. So it seems as if anything now is fair game, right? So it's really sad to see that the farmers are going through this high anxiety and stress as a result of, you know, persons going around and stealing their crops, stealing their animals. You know, they have a very high overhead, and sometimes the crops, the crops are burnt down, or the crops are infested, or there's a flood, or there's no water. So their time is so unpredictable for them. They never know when they're going to earn. Okay, they use this income to, of course, provide for themselves and their families. They send their children to school, university, colleges. They have to buy, food and all of that, pay their bills, their electricity bills, the water bills, all of that has to be paid. If they're leasing the land, that has to be paid. Or if they own the land, they have to pay their taxes. And they also are now employing others to keep an eye out, like a watchman to watch the farms, because what is happening right now is that the thieves are going around in trucks, cars, and all of that, all those types of vehicles, and just spotting out things. Or they go and they spot out the place first in the day and they come back at night. So you have to be vigilant. You have to be careful. In one instance, they actually took a calf out of the cow and left the calf in the field. So these are heartless people going around doing all types of things. One farmer was showing where 3 of his goats were beheaded and the bodies are gone. So it's getting really, really bloody and drastic out there, because to me it has turned up. Like, it's like anything goes right now with Predial larceny. How do you just come to somebody's farm and just take everything that they have, almost ready for reaping, or it's reaping time? And they're putting others at risk as well, because when you spray the field, the field has been sprayed, but the people who come in and start taking this stuff and then turn around and sell it to unsuspecting people, they don't know that they are consuming chemicals or things that they should not be consuming at this point, because you have, they can put fertilizer or chemicals to keep away worms, insects, and stuff like that. And then you turn around and consume it without knowing, right? They don't care about your health. They're just looking at a quick and fast buck. Do not buy any animals that you're not sure of. I know you're eager to purchase animals to resell for a quick profit, but just think about other people's health. You don't know anything about the animals, and the animals have not been, stamped by the governing boards, the people who would normally do that, right? The abattoirs and stuff. There's a blue stamp that they would put on meat that have been inspected. And if that stamp is not on the meat, then you should not be consuming it. And there's a story about this farmer, a young guy. Right now you're looking at a young person. He's 18 years old. I'm not going to give any more details. It was in one of the media, one of the printed media, and he was caught with 2 goats, allegedly, right? And he's only 18 years old. Why are you doing this? Because I think the police was there why he was not attacked. Because the farmers are so angry right now because, number one, they're taking out farmers. So it has been stepped up. When the farmers normally if they're robbing the fields or taking away the animals, and stuff like that, when someone approaches, they would just drop everything and run. But now they're armed. They're taking out young kids who are watching farms, young kids who are attending to animals, and they're also taking out, of course, adults who own the farms. So it's gotten to a level right now that it's just really, really crazy out there. It's really crazy out there. The farmers are going under a lot of stress and anxiety, and they don't know when they'll come back and not see their animals or their crops. Remember, they have to feed, they have to buy grains, they have to buy seeds, they have to buy fertilizer, they have to pay for water. And, sometimes they have to buy a lot of water, and it's very expensive, to give to the animals or to water the crops. And it's very unfair for them to put so much into, their livelihood. This is how they eat. This is how they pay their bills and send their kids to school. And they put so much into it. They're up early in the mornings and they put so many hours in, and then someone just comes and, benefit from all of that hard work. And that is totally unfair. It's also putting a dent on the progress, right, of agriculture on a whole on the island, because a lot of people have just come out of the business. They just get fed up and just stop doing it, right? And there's no progress. A lot of things are going on now, guys. As you can see in the media, taking out farmers. There's attempt on their lives. One young guy, he was attacked and was shot in his side, right? And he had to try to defend himself even though he was injured. It's really painful to see what's going on, and we're just gonna ask right now, because this young person, they can take out everything on him because they've been losing so much, right? It's very scary to even think what they can do to him. He's putting his life in danger. What could make you want to go and take someone's animals that you don't know anything about? You never purchased it. Your family doesn't own it. You don't own it. Why are you taking away people's property? It can end up in you losing your life, right? And this is a very sad case because he's very young. They blocked out his face. He's 18, he's an adult, but they blocked it out, right? But I'm just saying, please stay away from this, because the farmers are upset and the police are upset about it as well. So don't inject yourself in this type of environment right now, because it can be very, very hostile, right, for you, because they're coming with a lot of hostility, and they're using deadly force as well. So the thing is totally changed. So I've never seen it like this. They're using deadly force against farmers, herders, and people who are actually, of course, helping out with watching the farms and the animals. It doesn't matter how young you are. It's very, very, very scary out there. Very scary. So let's see what we can do to alleviate some of this, right? So we know, first of all, let's look at why they're doing this. There's a high demand for fresh produce and meat out there. Restaurants and of course, housewives and supermarkets and shops, right? So because there's a high demand and they know they have a ready market, they go after animals and fresh produce. They sell it a little bit below cost. So the other person who is interested in purchasing will just take everything from them, and they make a quick sale because that other person now is looking to make a quick profit because they know that the regular price would have been more expensive. So the person who just stole your property is going to sell it a little bit below market value, right? So it's a black market, and it's not an easy world out there right now with the stealing and everything that's going on. Gentleman who said that he lives in the corporate area. I think it was in St. Andrew, and he planted some stuff in his backyard. I guess he was home now and he had the time to do it. And when it's almost ready, so you would think that there's someone watching, almost ready to be reaped. He woke up one morning and all the crops that he was planting is gone. Totally gone. All that water, all that time, he had to purchase plants, purchase seeds, purchase fertilizer. All of that is gone. Your hard work. You feel violated, right? And they're the ones who get all the benefits from your hard work, right? So we're going to look at some ways that you can prevent or maybe mitigate, minimize, because you can never totally get rid of it.